Welcome back to another episode of Meaducation. So in our last episode, we talked about what mead is, if it's a wine or a beer, and just kind of going into some of the details and history of it casually. Today, we're going to move into talking about the different mead types or mead styles. So I'm a member of the BJCP, the Beer Judge Certification Program. This is an organization that helps set the style guidelines for beers, meads, and ciders for homebrewers. So the BJCP has 4 categories outlined in its mead style guidelines. Those 4 categories are traditional, fruit, spiced, and specialty. So for the traditional meads, those are, the hard requirement there is it's just honey, water, and yeast. It's just the meads in their most basic form. And these really don't have so much like requirements aside from that, but more so you declare a sweetness level more than anything. So this is going to be like, say for example, if you have like a dry Sauvignon Blanc with no residual sugar left in there, or a really sweet Riesling, kind of the same principle there. So the BJCP for the traditional category divides them up by dry mead, semi-sweet mead, and sweet mead. And each one obviously different sugar levels in there. Now for the fruit meads, there's going to be 5 categories in there. The first one up is going to be Cider, which is meads that are made with apples or apple juice. Next one up, my personal favorite, Piements. Those are meads made with grape juice or grapes. The next one up is going to be stone fruit, so anything that's got a pit in there, like say for example, peaches, apricots, mangoes. Then your berry mead, which is going to be anything from like say blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. And then your final catch-all category, which is melomels. Those are meads made with like fruits outside those 4 categories, or a combination. The next one up is going to be the spice category. The first one up for that is going to be fruit and spice. So if you want to make say a mango chipotle mead, or a peach habanero mead, this is where you want to put that if you ever say you want to try make these meads and put them into homebrew competitions. The one after that is going to be the spice herb and vegetable one. This is going to be for ones where you want to try and make say like a pumpkin pie or sweet potato mead, or Christmas spice mead, or even like going old school and making a mead with mulling spices. So the last category is the specialty category. Specialty category, this is where you have your braggots or brackets. These are beers that are made with barley wort or other types of grain. This was pretty common back in historical times. You see this a lot in Europe, but also a little bit in Asia as well. Although what those fermentations back then possibly would call meads, nobody really knows. But it's where they kind of come along. Then you have your historical meads, which are going to be meads that go back to like medieval times, or have an ancient recipe, or just have a lot of ancient roots and everything. This could be, for example, bocchets, which are meads made with caramelized honey. They're based out of France in 1393. Your Ethiopian tej. There's some other Saxony-style meads as well. All kinds of crazy things. And then the last one is your specialty category, or your experimental category. This is where things that don't fit into any other mead categories go into. This is just the free-for-all category. You could do almost anything here. You could do a barrel-aged braggot. You could do a cherry with wild bacteria and everything. You could do all kinds of crazy things in this category. So that's it for today's episode. Pretty quick one, but definitely something you want to learn about, just so that way, if you ever want to make your own meads, you can have a good idea of what you want to aim for target-wise. If you have any questions, please do leave a comment. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. The next episode, we'll be talking more about the equipment needs for making mead and how that differs from the equipment need that you need for beers. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.